All right, welcome back to the Shallow Tech Instagram and YouTube. Today we are here visiting with a different department. So, hello stranger, what is your name? What's your job? How's your time at Shallow Tech been? Let us know a little bit more about you and your department.
My name is Jack Easters. I am the warehouse manager, and I love it at Shallow Tech.
How long have you worked for Shallow Tech?
I've been here for 8 months. Fun fact, I was the first hire when they started many, many years ago.
So, has your job always been kind of in shipping and warehouse, or how's that evolved and how's that kind of gone for you at your time here?
When I was first brought on, I was doing social media, and then moved away and did a whole bunch of construction management jobs, and came back when the time was right and jumped straight into warehouse management.
What sort of programs do you use as a shipping warehouse manager? Is it the same as the shop floor, or do you work with like a bunch of different ones?
We both use Fulcrum, but we also, because of the shipping and receiving, we use ShipStation and BigCommerce to update the marketplace.
So what does a normal day look for you in the warehouse? Or do your days kind of, are they split? Are they the same?
It's a good mix of coming in and getting product out the door for outside processing, and then jumping into like purchase orders and getting jobs ready for assembly, and then receiving product that come in. Usually outside processing comes back later in the day, so we're sorting and getting all that squared away for the next day of assembly, and yeah, updating inventory, and then computer work, stuff like that.
So you mentioned originally you started as social media and that kind of evolved into shipping and warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
What got you kind of into warehouse management? Did you fall into it, or were you kind of built up into it?
So my family has a large flooring renovation business in Florida, and so as a high schooler, I was thrown into the warehouse, and got to do all the grunt work. And what I love about warehousing is the organization, the sorting, the efficiency that it promotes, and so I've done a lot of construction work and construction management, but I've always loved being in a warehouse and trying to be as efficient as possible, trying to get as organized as possible, and find ways to streamline processes.
So you've always kind of been in warehousing. Do you have a favorite task or kind of skill or job or part of your job that you really enjoy as a warehouse manager?
I think probably the most satisfying thing is watching what we assemble get shipped out, because it's like kind of the end of the life for us. You get to see it go from raw material and get built or CNC'd into something, and then built, assembled, and packaged, and then shipped. Finally, it's out the door. It's kind of like a big breath of relief. Like, it's a good feeling.
It's kind of like a cool feeling finally seeing this raw part turn into like a full-fledged thing.
Yeah, it's a feeling of accomplishment. Yeah, it's nice.
So on the other flip side of that, what is your least favorite part of your job?
The least favorite. Warehouses are dirty. They are not conducive to staying clean. And there's a lot of maintenance as far as cleaning, and anytime we reorganize shelves, the dust is unreal. And it's just the way every warehouse I've ever been in is like that. So that's just the way they are.
So now that we've kind of established a little bit about you and your job, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of your job, pretty much. So you are kind of our main forklift driver. A weird question a lot of people seem to have is driving a forklift like driving a car?
It's like driving a car if you were driving a car that was on fire in a grocery store and no one acknowledged the presence of it.
So
everyone walks in front of it. No one cares that you're carrying 10,000 pounds or 14,000 pounds or whatever. Yeah, it's like that if you if you drive your car on fire in a grocery store.
So in other words, it's not easy to kind of just forklift stuff around, or is the easy part forklifting the thing onto the thing it's going to?
If you're in a wide open parking lot, anybody can drive a forklift. If you've got to navigate through shelving or tight spaces, it can get a little tricky. The certification is definitely something that is needed because there's a lot of dangers that come with forklift driving, for sure.
So forklifting is one of the skills and traits you use on probably pretty regular basis.
Yeah.
What are other skills and traits that you have to bring into your warehousing job, seeing as it's kind of management, it's a lot of technical work, a lot of computer work, kind of?
Yeah, computer skills will definitely make your day easier, just because getting hung up on the day-to-day data entry, if you're not proficient in that, it's a time suck if you're not good at that. People skills are definitely a plus because you're dealing with a lot of people, a lot of different personalities, all walks of life are in warehousing, and being able to manage that or manage them is definitely a good skill to have. A lot of numbers, so math is a good skill. Organization, trying to plan for growth, plan for worst case scenario, being able to kind of see how the processes work and where they flush out will definitely help get the day done.
So with having to work with so many employees and dealing with a lot of kind of interpersonal stuff, how do you keep your workers who do the repetitive task of assembly and inventory stuff, how do you keep them motivated throughout the day?
Yeah, there's fun stuff we do in here, and then there's the boring, minute stuff that has to be done. And keeping everyone motivated is just being a friend and being in there with them, doing the hard stuff. Not every day is an exciting day, and just touching base with everyone, making sure they're good if they need anything, and trying to be open and helpful, and then maybe crack a smile, crack a laugh, try to get someone, try to brighten a day somehow.
So on kind of a different other side of your job, what are common warehouse safety risks that you run into, with employees or just equipment, stuff like that?
Yeah, in assembly, we do we have tools and electric screwdrivers, vices, and there's pressures being put on those. So safety glasses, pants, no open-toed shoes, ear pro, when it's necessary. Warehousing, there's forklifts, there's pallet jacks, there's pallets and plastic and all that stuff. So being aware of your surroundings, not stepping on any material, step on concrete. Don't put your feet under a pallet jack or forklift. And then there's the shelving with boxes of product stacked on it. So being aware that they're not going to fall on you.
Okay. So with all these kind of moving parts of inventory, pallet jacks, bringing material in, and people moving around, what would you say causes the most delay in your warehouse operations throughout the day?
Well, as a warehouse manager, it's never the warehouse's fault. It's always production or outside processing. It's never our fault. No, I'm just joking. It's it can be if you're unorganized, you can get behind the ball pretty quick. Not coming into work and knowing what processes you have to knock out in order to stay on task. Just to free up those daily processes so that you can focus on the emergencies, the unexpected delays. There's a lot of stuff that pops up that you have to handle throughout the day, and methodical on the daily processes helps alleviate your time so that you can handle those delays.
So kind of in a similar vein, because there's so many things going on and so many things that can go wrong, what do you do if a package is shipped incorrectly or with the wrong stuff? How does that kind of all shake down in your processes?
Yeah. We have, I haven't had any instances of that, and I don't think as a whole we've had many. It does happen. When it does, we reach out to the customer and let them know, hey, we think we may have shipped the wrong item. When it gets there, verify it, and we will replace it. It's it's not obviously not their fault, and we'll expedite that process as fast as we can, and try to make things right. We are also double checking. So, like if someone packs something, we have a step where someone else has to come back and verify that is correct. So it's kind of a two-stage, packing and counting process there.
So sort of in a similar vein, have you ever had a package explode?
No, haven't had anything explode in the building.
In the building?
Yeah.
So, super weird question. What is the weirdest thing that has happened to you during your time as a warehouse manager?
So that explosion, I guess one of the neighbors had a beaver dam they were getting rid of, and they shot, I think, 40 pounds of tannerite, and we thought, I don't know, we thought a bomb dropped, the whole building shook.
So, with you overseeing so many departments and being such a kind of high role at Shallow Tech, how do you determine when to pass off a task to a different hand versus putting your own hands kind of on that task?
Being hands-on or hands-off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously with new hires or inexperienced workers, you definitely want to be hands-on just so that they can get a feel for the processes and what we're looking for as a company from them. The goal is to obviously hire rock stars, but some people become rock stars. So being hands-on is important with like high value, high risk tasks or processes. And then being hands-off with maybe the more experienced people or the lower value, low risk tasks that you want to, kind of observe and make sure people are doing them correctly, and then have them make their own, mistakes or make their own. Gosh, I am blanking on a word right now.
What is your favorite dinosaur?
Favorite dinosaur? My daughter has proclaimed that we are an Allosaurus family. So
Solid choice.
yeah, have to go with Allosaurus.
All right, next one.
Okay.
So you've established that you've been here at Shallow Tech almost a year, 8 months. Where would you see yourself here at Shallow Tech in 5 years?
In 5 years, hopefully wrestling Dylan and Tim for leadership roles.
All right.
Fights to the death.
Thank you for spending your time with us today.
Yeah.
Hope to see you in some more videos down the line, and keep on keeping on.
Thank you. All righty.